Okay, so here I have a data set that's fairly large. If I go over into File and click on Print, then the default that's going to show up for the print style usually is portrait. So the sheet's going up and down like you would have a picture. So first off, I can try changing that to landscape and see if that gets everything on one page. In this case it doesn't, because I see down at the bottom here I have more than one page. If I click over, I see the rest of my columns over here. So I can do a couple of different things. First of all, I can change the scaling. But the first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I'm only trying to print the columns that I want to print, or the columns in the rows that I want to print. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to click in this first cell up here at the very top left, and I'm going to click and hold and drag down and highlight all of the cells that have data. So that is all I want to print. Up here in the borders, if you click on all borders, it's going to draw out the grid lines and it'll actually look like a grid of data when we print it out. So if I go back here, you can see what that looks like, and so see, now you see the lines. Okay, so in order to get all of this on one page, the first thing I'll try to do is I'm going to go up to the File, or over to the Page Layout area, and I'm going to click on Print Area, and I'm going to click on Set Print Area. So what that does is it tells Excel that the only thing you want to print is this information that's highlighted. When I go back to print, I'm going to see that it's still going to overflow, because that's all I've done is set the print area, and so that's what's going to print. So the next thing that I can do is go down here to the scaling. So it's set at no scaling, which means to print everything at the normal size. And if I click on that, I can do several different things. I can just fit the whole sheet on one page, which in this case would probably be okay. I could choose to just fit the columns on one page. So what that would mean is if there's lots and lots of rows, the rows might spill over to another page, but at least you'd have all the columns in the area of one page. Or I can choose to fit all the rows in one page, and any columns that spill over would go to another page. In this case, I could choose to fit sheet, or I could choose to fit columns, and it's going to give me the same thing because I don't have as many rows as I do columns here. So either way, now I can have everything on one page. If you look down here at the bottom, it only shows one page. And so now if I were to print this sheet, it would have everything on one page for me. And it would print it in a landscape orientation, because I had changed that earlier from portrait to landscape. It would print in a landscape orientation, so it would at least give me numbers that were probably readable.